IFAST, has this stock bottomed out yet? And are we starting to see signs of a reversal all the way back up to where we were in 2020? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier myself, trader in Phillips Securities, and in this video, we'll be talking about IFAST, one of those really popular stocks in 2020, 2021. It has gone up by more than 700, 800%. You can see right over here, this was in 2020. It traded from like $1, $1.50 all the way up to somewhere around the $9, $10 mark, and that was where there were some signs of selling and the trend started to turn down since like 2021. And this is where we are right now at about $4.79. So where are we right now? Could we start to see the reversal back to an uptrend? What should we be looking out for? In this video, we'll be diving into IFAST to see what is the outlook, all right? And we will even dive into a system that I have to see what it says. We had a couple of bearish signals that have came out since last year. Of course, we saw bearish signals, it's sold off, but it seems like we are seeing some signs of the uptrend just starting to form, but we need a little bit more confirmation. So let's go ahead to discover what is this. All right, so let's dive into IFAST right now. Okay, so this is IFAST trading about $4.79 right here, alright, and over the past few months, it seems like we have found a little bit of a bottom. We found some good support, started to rebound from it, so could there be signs of the uptrend starting to form, right? But let me just go ahead to give you a quick run through of what has happened over the past 1 to 2 years. You can see that it was a really strong rally, very strong uptrend since 2020 when COVID hit. In fact, this was one of the top fintech stocks, risen from like $1, $2 all the way to $10, and we saw a couple of touches right here in terms of the resistance. Right, we caught a double top, cut 2 times, and eventually we broke down this support level right here at about the $8. So it was like moving up and down from $8 to $10, and forming what we call lower highs, and eventually it broke this $8, and the trend started to turn down. And right over here, you can see that this was where the 100 days moving average has crossed down below the 200 days moving average. So it's a sign of the trend turning down as well in the mid to long term, and you can see that we started to hit down all the way to around that $3.50 mark, and we found a little bit of a support, kind of like touched about 2 times so far, rebounded, and we have rebounded back to that $5 resistance. So I would say that right now there are indeed some signs of it bottoming out, but we definitely still need a little bit more confirmation. Why? Look at this right here. So as I said, the trend is still down for now in terms of the mid to long term because of this red line. All right, so this red line is the 100 days moving average. Obviously now it is still below the blue line, of course, when it broke below, all right, somewhere in like February, and it has been still below all the while. So red below the blue all this while, and both of these lines are kind of like, still sloping down slightly. In fact, the red one is starting to flatten out. The blue line, the 200 days moving average, is kind of like still pointing down for now, all right, but right now this red is starting to flatten out, right? So only when this red line starts to reverse back up and it crosses back above the 200 days moving average, probably like what we see over here, all right, that was in 2020, the red line went above the blue line, both started to point up. That could be a sign of strength in terms of the uptrend starting to form up. But right now you can see this red line is still flattening out. It's not like gone up above the blue line yet, so that still remains to be seen. Right, but what about the short term? So short term wise, you can see that we found some support around the $3.50 mark right here, all right, and consolidated for like about a month, and eventually you can see we managed to break back up above this $4, right? So $4 was a little bit of a support. We broke down, consolidated below, and finally went up above, and the upside started, right? But that would be the range now. I would say that the range would be about $4 to $5, and we are back to this $5 critical psychological resistance level that you definitely want to take note of. Why? Right, look at this, right? So this $5, as I said, it was pretty much a psychological level, all right, and we broke down over here, started to trade lower, below it, went further down. You can see we traded up, retested it right over here, but we pushed back down again. So right now we are near the $5, and it's a fact right now that we are indeed seeing profit taking near the $5 mark. So I would only become a little bit more bullish, not really very bullish, but a little bit more bullish in terms of the upwards direction, in terms of the uptrend starting to slowly form only, I say again, only if, right, we can break this $5 level. We can stay above the $5, we break above it, we stay above, all right, consolidate above. That can be a good sign in terms of the reversal happening, in terms of the uptrend starting to form. If not, If we stay below $5, unfortunately, that is where sellers are still in control, the bears are still in control, they can push prices back down to $4, and we are still kept below that $5 resistance. Does it make sense? Right? So these $5 would be key. These $5 would be key in order for any firm uptrend to actually take shape. Alright, but yeah, so I think this is pretty much where we are for IFAST, right? So just watch these $5. I think we have our alert set. If we do break the $5, that's where we can see some good buying momentum coming back in the short term. We might start to push up to $5.50 to $6. That could be the next upside, but I think right now that would be the critical cap that profit taking is actually happening right there. Alright, so let's take a look at what it says on my 1GT system, in whether we have any bullish signals or maybe bearish signals that came out over the past few months. Let's go. Alright, so this is IFAST on my 1GT system, one good trend. So basically we have a system that guides us on entry and exit to alert us of counters like this. If you want to find out more, you can have one of those free webcasts that we're still running. Alright, the link will be probably below or around this video as well. Alright, so this is IFAST right here, and you can see that this was in 2020. I'll not go too far, but you can see somewhere around 2020, as mentioned, that the trend started to turn up. The 100 days moving average red line went above the blue line. It was a really, really firm uptrend, and the bar was pretty much green in color from like June 2020 all the way to November 2021. It was green, 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 and of course it turned red when the trend started to turn down somewhere in December 2021, just last year. Alright, and yeah, so pretty much a very, very strong move up. You can see a couple of green bullish signals. These are green arrows up. These are good bullish signals. That means potential for it to push higher. It went all the way up, went down a little bit. Alright, and then we got a bullish signal, went up, bullish signal, went up. I think I'll trade it to a high of somewhere around here. I mentioned the $10 mark. So when we hit the $10 mark, there were actually some exit signals that came out. Look at this right here. This is a white arrow down, white arrow down. These are pretty much a bullish exit from this bullish signal. It went up, got an exit, and we started to see signs of it weakening in terms of the trend turning down, and that was where some new bearish signals started to come out, and that would be like the red arrows. Look at this. This is a red arrow down. It's a bearish signal, started to push down. Another bearish signal went down. Look at this right here. This was somewhere in January this year. Pop, went down. Another bearish signal. So a couple of bearish signals. Look at this right here. This was in April as well. So with the bearish signals, it went down a little bit, rebounded a bit, and then the new bearish signal came out again and slowed down even more. So exit, another bearish signal, went down, exit, and another bearish signal here, went down, exit, right? So this is where we are right now. So kind of like sold off to around that October mark. Look at this. This was a bearish signal. I think we broke that 430, 440 support level, went all the way down, and we got an exit somewhere on the 26th of October. The next day, on the 27th of October, finally we got a bullish, right? A bullish signal. This is a green arrow up right here. So we got a bullish signal on the 27th of October, and the upside actually started. We went all the way up to where we are right now. So that would become like, even though the trend is still down in the in the mid to long term, but in the short term, we might still see a push up as we break certain resistance. In this case, it would be a $4 level. If they break the $4, which it did after this bullish signal, that's where it started to push up to near the $5. So in the short term, right, as I say, you can move up and down, but we want to break a key level for any firm direction in terms of the trend turning in the mid to long term, and that brings us back to the $5 level. If we can break above the $5, then I would say that perhaps this bar will turn from red to green. It will be a green for a period of time, and that's where there are some signs of the trend starting to turn up. If not, we can still be in a downtrend in the mid to long term. Alright, so yeah, we have this bullish signal right here, started to push up in the short term, and there are still no exits here. So we'll see when the exit comes out. If there's an exit signal that comes out, then you can probably guide us to take some profit. In fact, even without the exit signal, it has gone up by quite a fair bit. In fact, near $5, $4.90, $4.80. It's also good to lock in some profits because, as I say, that's where selling pressure is coming back. You can actually retrace back down from that $5 level. But we have a system to guide us to exit as well, or take some profit is perfectly fine. But let's see where it takes us. I think even if it, maybe it might break the $5. I don't know. If it breaks the $5, as I say, that would be a good thing. If it does break the $5, or maybe you have an exit and then a new bullish signal comes out and it breaks the $5, I think that can all point to signs of the uptrend starting to form. Or maybe it could be an exit and then we have a bearish signal like this red arrow coming out again, and then you might start to retrace all the way back down again. Does it make sense? Right? So that's how system can kind of guide you. You don't have to think so much, right? And I'll guide you to get out when you need to get in when you need to, without all the emotions in play. Alright, so this is IFAST right here. I've given you what it says on my system, alright, and this is pretty much the analysis on the charts that I've given to you. Alright, so I hope you like this video. You have a clearer idea of IFAST, and we'll see how it plays out in the next few weeks or next few months, or maybe into 2023, whether this reversal all the way up to where we were in 2021, just last year, the high of $10, whether that can actually be hit again in terms of the upside. So Joey here, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you smash the subscribe button as well, hit the like button. That would definitely help out the channel, and thank you so much for doing this. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.